welcome to a special emergency edition of Mr. Britfix. So this is actually one of my first videos, was from this vehicle right here. But what we have is we have some codes and we have a 5-year-old battery. So I'm actually in the midst of disassemble. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get all of our parts off of there. So just kind of communicate and show you everything that's had to happen. So I have the computer that goes right up against this. I have a bar that goes all the way across. I have this monstrosity of a thing, this thing here, and this has to be unclipped, and then I got to undo some wires and things like that. So we'll take a look at that. And I have to take this battery, which is 5 years old, probably not right, not well, and I'm going to give it this nice new battery right here, this Duralast right here. So, yeah, enjoy this emergency edition of Mr. Britfix from beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. So do remember that, because it's an emergency type. I've already done quite a few things already, just because. So you have this block. That block goes right down there. I needed a mega extension on my wrench here, just so that I could get to it. 13mm. Alright, so put that right back over here, so that one's good, in good place. I have this bar that takes and holds over the top, also holds this ECM computer where it needs to be. I'm going to slide it right back there, just in case. And then I had to remove 4 wires from here to make sure that I don't have problems. So done all that. Hopefully I haven't lost a bolt. However, I do now have a handy-dandy magnetic element here. So we're going to go forward and we're going to keep on going. Time to hoist this terrible probable culprit. I'm going to need 2 hands for this, so you'll be right back. We'll see the new one get that put in, and I'll even show you how to do it all. So, alright, it's back in. So I've got the brand new one on. It's in there. Remember, go as much as you can. Go straight up and straight down. That's, you know, I'm doing the video this way, that way. You can see it. So essentially now it's clip this bit back on. Probably need to do this part first. Adjust it, get into place, tack it down with this argy-bargy part here. So yeah, we'll get it right in there. Let's see how we can do this. See if you can see it with me. Let's see. That right there. So I'm gonna have to go in from this side. And place it in there. Get it straight up and down. If we can. And then, alright, so it's at least there, that way at least, so we're good. Also remember, positive on this side. So right now not necessarily feeling that positive, just very sore from other work I've been doing, but that's the positive of today right here. That's the positive. Also plus positive, red, positive, plus, nice. And there's our negative. We're gonna leave that cap on there just because I don't want to be cold sparky anytime soon. So the idea is we're gonna put it back together, get it done. Everyone's gonna be liking us, I hope. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I didn't lose a nut or anything like that, because that would be terrible. We're gonna put that back together, and yeah, I think we might be as right as rain after this. Right. Except I do have to find that nut, wherever it went to. I hope it's you know, somewhere available. Yeah, silly stuff. Here we are. Oh, whew, there it is. We found it. Alright, so I'll show you all of this. I will put back together at least this part right here. We'll put this part together, and then I'll put the frame over. You'll see this part done. So we'll just do this one, and then you'll see. All right, so we're about to drill down these 4. I'm going to put this on in its place. So it seems like we're in the right place for everything. We'll put this nut back where it needs to be, but you notice we're still moving around, so I need to put that together. But I just want to make sure I got all the nuts on here, at least started. We will be putting underneath some of these connections, just put some of this dielectric grease. All right, so it's technician grade, so you know I'm probably one, because I'm using it, and that is me as a technician doing technician grade things. So here you are. So we'll do that. It may also be something that we do that on the pads here. We'll just kind of play it as by ear with that. So right under here might be something, right under here might be something. It does tell you on the installation kit that you take and you put these in the places that they're supposed to be. So green over here, green goes here, red goes here, down at the very bottom of it, and then you put your terminal over the top of it. I don't know what these pads do, but maybe they just prevent corrosion, I don't know. So it says coat washers with grease and place green washer over negative and red washer over positive. Do not coat the post or inside ring terminal with grease. Alright, so there we go. Install and properly tighten battery cables. Apply the remaining grease around the post and cable ends. Alright, so we'll get to it, but we're gonna have fun with it, yeah? Alright, so let's at least get the red one on there. Bling. Just like that, just like that. Alright, I'll cut it and put some grease down there, do all the things I'm supposed to do. By the way, I use my own dielectric grease. I know they came with one right here in the top here, but you know, we'll get it done the way I want to do it. So we got our nuts on right here. We've got our 2 heavy ones. We've got these 2 smaller ones. I put some dielectric grease. You see, just a little dab, and then a little dab. So we're going to put this last one on here. Well, we're going to put the last one on after we put this piece on. That's right, that piece has to be there. So we're going to put that there. Put our nuts. Oh, nice. Look at that. So, and then, so I'm about to do this one, crank it down. Then I have 10mm. That should all be good. Positive side done. I'll put my lid over here, put that back on. That should be good. Then it's time to place this bracket here on top again, and so put the computer back in place, and then hook up my negative, and then we'll try it, start it, we'll see what happens. We'll take a look at our overall system checks. We'll do a code reader to make sure that we did exactly what was supposed to be done, which is the battery. So the reason why I was called out, by the way, is because something's not happening. It tells you in the system that there's a charge or a problem happening. So if I see that code pop up again, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to do a battery check and a alternator check again, because I don't necessarily want that, but it could be the alternator is an issue. That is the alternator right there. It's somewhat easy to get to, but also maybe not so much. So we will try to see what to do. I would like to not have to touch that, because that right there is a bugger to get out. This is an expense that I expect should be happening, because the battery's been, it's a 5-year-old battery, you know, 5 years. It did a good job. Did everything it was supposed to do. Right on rain. Good. But we have a brand new one. We'll see what happens. I expect no codes. I expect everything to be fine. But, you know, we've got to cross our fingers and we've got to hope that everything's good. All right, everything's fastened up, tight. It's tight here. Close that up. Maybe needs a little bit of a cleaning on the inside. One day I didn't bring anything because, you know, this is emergency stuff. So I don't bring my cleaning materials at all. But it looks like we're good. So now it's time to let's clean all this up, because if I do start it, I don't want any of my parts going, or my tools going back in there. Yeah, we'll start it up, we'll take a look, and hopefully everything's beautiful and fantastic, and the codes do not show negative and bad things, because I really do not like having the idea of I have to do something with that. So let's stick with new battery and it wins. Alright, so it still says battery charging system. It still tells me there's, you see that little red dot there, so that's not so great. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our codes. So plug in here, that's what we get. And we're scanning, we're scanning, we're scanning. Says press any hotkey. Okay, well, let's do a system test. Right. Let's do a battery test. It's brand new, so it should be fine. Let's do an alternator test. That's the one we need to do. Alright, so do not perform this test on a smart alternator, hybrid or electric vehicles. Alright, I have no idea, is this a smart alternator? Alright, engine speed needs to go to 2000 RPMs. And then it says it's going to do this countdown as I test, because for whatever reason that battery situation is still on, and yeah, so I have much better than I did my first time, which was 11 volts, so 12.67 is very good. Alright, so it's saying that. So it says charging voltage is under the acceptable limit. This could cause damage to the battery or other electrical components. Inspect your charging system for faulty components. Or have acceptable. This could cause damage to the battery and other electric components. Inspect your charging system for faulty components. Or have it inspected at a certified repair. Inspect your charging system for faulty. Oh, well, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. This is just amazing. Alright, let's go back. And let's see what system status says. Let's go this, do one more link again. So remember it was yellow, so yellow is interesting because we need to understand what is happening. Yes, this is my vehicle. Alright, so that's good. Go back. Fuel system monitor. Alright, let's see what we have there. So we have a lot of different things going on. M to go back, oxygen sensor monitor, oxygen sensor heater monitor, catalyst monitor, EGR system monitor. By the way, all of this stuff was not on here when we had the original battery. So we're going to take a look at it. Just do some other different things. Take a look. Yeah, we'll go through some other aspects of this. Let's see what's in our system. So system tire pressure is nil because we just changed the battery. Fuel economy gone, messed up. 12.1 volts. So do I have, so 12.1, very good. That's a proper I guess type. Now I just did add a new battery, so it makes sense. It makes sense that we maybe are good. But all right, let's do a few more checks. I think I'm going to do a drive around in the car, and we'll see what happens. Maybe all the codes go away after a little bit of a drive. Maybe it goes, oh well, there we go, 12.1, 12. All right, good. So it is keeping its standard, and that should be good. So now let me drive around. I don't know if I need to do a test drive, talk about, but we'll see what we get. All right, so I'm back, and what's going on is we have a good battery, but we have a bad alternator. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear it out up here. So this is essentially a heart transplant. We had the initial heart, which is, you know, just the beat must go on kind of situation, and then now we have our alternator. It is a heart transplant, and it is an emergency one too. So first things first, we're going to start out with removing our negative terminal. The reason why is because it's I don't know about you, but I do not like to be shocked by anything. It just seems, you know, like a terrible time to be shocked. I'm going to do that. Have to take off this. Have to take all this off so that way I can get in here and get to this this mess. Also have to pry back some other things. So I had to buy some tools. So as well as buying this from AutoZone and a new alternator. By the way, this is brought to you by AutoZone of Cary, North Carolina. So yeah, we're doing lots of fun today. All right, and so I'll get this off. I'll get this off here. So which is flathead screwdriver. Undo that. Undo your clip. Undo all of these. Pull that off. Pull the other part off. Put it over to the side. Luckily, I have my truck, so I'll put everything over to the side as I go. I have a place to put everything. Have to take off that base down here as well. So that way I have the best opportunity to pull this alternator right here out of the car and put a new one in. So yeah, this is a fun one. Not really, this is not what I expected, but alternators, they do go bad. Didn't expect that after 5 years this one would go bad, but you know, you have to deal with what you have to deal with. I have gotten the airbox out, so there it is, upside down, some different pieces like that. No power tools today, so we are using just whatever I have available to me. Did have to buy a few tools to get this done. So I do have a breaker bar, so that way I can pull back. I have some other tools, so that way I can get in here and get this get these studs and everything off down here. So that's going to be fun right here. And then of course I have to get a pulley and I have to do the tensioning. I mean, there's all sorts of different things here. So yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I do believe I have the wrong part, so I do need to go back inside, get a different type of bar, and I will be off to the races again. So chose the wrong one, but you know, rules are rules, issues are issues. It is what I did. So I'm gonna have fun. I have to pull that back to get the pulley off of here. Then I have to remove this tensioner here, and but yeah, I might as well take off that right there, that plastic head. Do other things, get the other plugs off of it. At least have it mostly ready for myself. So just want to let you know where we're at. So I pulled my tensioner pulley out, so because that allows us to have room right here for removing the alternator. I've also used my breaker bar to do tensioning, bring my tensioning forward, that way I can get this belt off. Right, so it's just off to one side, and then all we have to do is, you see this last stud right there, I'm going to be taking it out. So I've just been using 7mm because I do not have the hex pick portion, but yeah, so once I get that, this whole thing should be able to be relieved of its duties as an alternator, and we'll find ourselves with a new one, and we're going to try to reverse engineer all of this back into place. And you know, it does help being an engineer to be able to do all this. But yes. Oh, so by the way, I did remove the a bolt here. It's a plastic bolt. It looks like this, so it's just that way it looks right. It's plastic coated, I guess. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's to make sure that you have a good connection to the alternator. And so yeah, I'm gonna get going on this. You should be able to see, I might even do a little bit of a video of tensioning back the pulley back into place, helping everyone see how to get it all sorted and taken care of here. But yeah, this transplant is it's going okay. It's not the best, you know, but we're where we're at. Lost a lot of parts, so thank goodness I have this magnetic thing here. And yeah, we're gonna be okay, I believe so. So our old one is out. It's they did not make it very easy because they put hoses in the way. There's not enough room really. One of the biggest issues though is I'm going to have to figure out how to get this kind of halfway back in. That is the tensioning. I mean the roller here. So I'm gonna have to put that back in because that has to slide in. It helps connect this location here, and then that way allows me to get these locations in. So I'm going to try to put everything back as it was before, and yeah, maybe we'll be able to start it, drive it, all the codes go away, and then we have a good day, a good rest of our day. Probably need to get a nice hard drink. By the way, kids, when I say hard drink, I mean like a Coca-Cola or something like that, you know, something really sharp, you know, like a Coca-Cola, or you know, even if you like to go a little bit more mellow, a Dr. Pepper, I don't know, something like that. So we're gonna take this, put that back on, do the thing we got to do, up, deep, deep, boom, boom, all the different things. New one, old bad one, or one that just turned bad on us just recently. Look at this. Also, I guess an excuse to get new tools. Only real reason behind that is because, well, I didn't have any tools here with me. I thought I was just changing a battery, but alternator it is. So hope you've already enjoyed everything about this emergency heart transplant. So we've got at least the battery on, and then we're about to do this this thing. Look, my gloves are ripped. That tells you how much hard work I'm doing. You see how dirty they are. Yeah, they're clean. This is obviously, you know, it's like blood from a you know, heart transplant. So we're kind of just where we're at. It is a heart transplant, that being the heart, that being, I guess, another part of the heart. Either way, you need to have battery, you need to have a charge capability. That way everything works right. So yeah. All right, let me get back to it. And it's a bit of a fun one. You take this. So GM was nice enough to put a location with the 1/2 inch pull bar. So what you do is you pull forward, and then it releases tension. So what I have to do is I just have to make sure that I'm in the center on all of this, somewhat close. So we'll put that together. We'll do that. I got to plug in my stuff for my alternator. Alternator's all good to go. It's in there. Look how pretty she is. Yep. So just like my wife, pretty. Sometimes a little bit hard to get into, but yeah, very pretty here. So yeah, we are nearly at a good spot where everything's right as rain, and we can try it again and see what we'll get. So almost there. A little bit more tension play, all this stuff like that, and then and we'll put the lid on it. We'll put all the pieces on it, or at least maybe not put the lid on it quite yet, just because we do want to check. We do want to have an opportunity for everything. So maybe air box in, and then plug everything in, and then maybe put the wire back on, but maybe not the top quite yet, just because if there is something going on, I want to be able to get it right, make sure it's good, and not have to deal with too much more. So may not even screw the airbox in, just connect it and then go on with a trial. All right, so all right, we're having fun. I think we're gonna change my gloves. They look a little bit, nasty. All right, so airbox is back on, and we are going to tighten this back down. Like I said just a minute ago, the idea is to leave our cover off. We're going to plug her right back in, see what she does. Yes, see what she does. Look, there's my drink, so that way you all can see that I'm drinking a cocktail. I don't know, whatever it is. What would you call that? Okay. So let's go. Alright, I can't do that. Here's my 10mm. Here's that. Let's go. Let's go back to putting it back on. Tighten it down. Alright, so tight, everything's good, I've checked everything, I believe I have. So now it's time for moment of truth. Let's get a moment. Let's take this off, just for giggles. Right here, so that was that thing. I don't want it to fall in. Right, here we go. Let's see if we cleared our codes. And let's see what we have. And look at that. There is no light. 13.1 battery voltage. Perfect. It's going back up, so that's exactly what you're supposed to be at charge. So remember, when I said 12, 12 was just operating. So 13.1 means that it's actually going back. Don't look at my Wi-Fi in my car, so but it usually should say BritFix on it, but this is what it is. So now we're clear, and that's fantastic, and yay for that.